Hi guys. So I am downstairs for the first time in quite a while to do a video response to Brian Cormack Carr's AM/PM pagan practices. Because most of my work is done downstairs. The reason I don't usually show it is because I have a lack of organizational skills and a lot of stuff. Partly because I'm gathering stuff for my witchy shop, which I hope to open someday. But I love this tag, and I did want to share some of what I do, which you have to bear with me. I kind of have to hold my phone to do this because there's so many different areas here I have to get to. But I'm going to start with, so in the morning when I wake up, I was going to start with Monday, actually. So I'm going to bring you over every Monday morning. I choose what's called the council. And let me show you. This is, hope you can see, this is my crystal cabinet. At least it's one of my crystal cabinets. So in this crystal cabinet are all of my kind of showpieces and spheres. And I have a whole shelf, so hard to do this, of scullies. Hopefully you can see some of them here. I hope. It's hard to tell what you can see. And then I have, well, I didn't turn the rest of the lights on, but I have animals on the next shelf, and I have towers and things for energy work on the other shelf. And so anyways, every Monday I come over and I just kind of stand in front of the shelves there and say a quick walking meditation. Okay, sorry. That's the other reason I don't do my videos down here a lot, is because it's also the living room as well as my witchy room. So there's a lot of people in and out. So I kind of do like a walking meditation, and I stand in front of it and pick out the 4 crystal skulls that I decide are needing to come with me for the week to help out during the week. And so when I say they are needing to help out, I post on Instagram every Monday that these are the week's council. And I do think that everyone's guardians are able to channel into these skulls to help them out for the week if they are meditating on that, and to help me out for the week, depending on what's going on that week. And they get set up at my office. I do mammograms for a living. They get set up right on my machine, and I have patients that ask about them, and it gives me an opportunity to kind of ease into what I believe and why. So I like that. That really gives me an opportunity to share some of what I believe. So the other thing is, I don't know if you can see, this is my salt bowl. And every new moon I replace the salt and herbs that are in here. And when I get home at night, my crystal bag, which this is my crystal bag, and these are the skulls that have come with me this week. Ooh, there. And my daily crystals and the weekly skulls stay the same for the week. They go into the crystal bag every morning, and in the evening when I get home, they go into the cleansing bowl, where I cleanse all the crystals that I've had with me throughout the day, so that any of the energies that I have had or that other people have had, you know, patients and stuff like that, they can get cleansed at night. And I have salt and lavender, rosemary, and a couple other things depending on the season and that kind of thing in the cleansing bowl to help get rid of those energies at night so they can start new in the morning. So that's on Monday. Every day I switch out what stones I bring with me besides the weekly stones or the weekly skulls, which, like I said, stay the same for a whole week, and then on Monday I choose new ones. I usually choose a palm stone for each pocket, which this is my hollowed out gourd. I don't know if you can really see that, hopefully. And my palm stones stay in the hollowed out gourd. And every day I kind of choose one for each pocket, depending on, you know, what calls to me and what I think I need for that day. Crystals are an important part of my practice because I know that they each vibrate at their own energies and their own waves do things for me and for other people as far as capturing energy and amplifying it and then sending it along. So crystals are a big part of my practice, always. So I choose daily stones. One of the things that Brian had said in his tag was, if you don't do that, what is it that you would like to do? One of the things that I would like to do, that I do most of the time, as soon as the weather gets better again, is called earthing. I'm a person that as soon as I get home at night, usually my shoes and socks are off. There's something energetically with my feet that when I can touch the earth, it really helps me to ground, to center, refocus, and just connect to Mother Gaia. And so to me, that's something that in the wintertime I really find that I miss a lot. Here in New York, it's just too cold. It's, you know, here it is, Ostara, the first day of spring, and the high was 29, I think, today. So obviously I cannot do that really in the wintertime, which really is a big deal for me. I am not happy when I cannot feel the earth and be outside. And, you know, you'll see a lot of my videos are outside when it is nice weather out, because that's where I refresh myself. That's where I connect to my spiritual guides. So that's one of the things that I would like to start doing again, is definitely earthing for at least a half an hour a day. In the meantime, I am beginning to meditate again. I really love to meditate. I try to do that in the mornings. And I should explain too that I do have time at work a lot to practice my spiritual beliefs, to pull tarot cards, to do what I want to do. I work at a smaller office in a suburb of a city, Rochester. And because I work in a smaller office, there's days that I only am doing 5 or 6 patients. And there's days that I'm doing 17. And I'm the only person in that office. It's a small office, but I register all the patients and I do everything with that patient. So I don't have like another person there, you know, like a secretary person or anything. So I am by myself if I don't have patients. And I love to be around people, but I really enjoy that time. That time is, for me, I can catch up on YouTube videos, I can pull tarot cards, I can work on spreads, whatever I want to do, I can do that. And that has really helped my spiritual practice, because during the day is when I can meditate. It's when I, you know, pull my daily cards. It's been really nice for me to do that. And I'm there at least 3 days a week, sometimes 4. And then I'm at a different office, you know, depending on the week. that isn't quite the same. But so I at least have 3 days a week that I have that, usually. So that's a part of my practice has always been, I always bring it to work with me. Every day I choose what decks I feel need to come with me for that day. And it used to be I tried to only bring one tarot and one oracle deck, and I'd probably bring like 4 or 5 decks total with me every day. I'm terrible that way. I just can't choose. Sometimes I'm like, well, what if I need this kind of energy? What if I need this kind of energy? But, what else? Okay, so, in my house, I have several working altars, or several altars, several different kinds of altars. They're for different things. So this area, let me just kind of step back and show you. This area is what I call my working area. And I have, can you even see? Ooh, sorry guys, I apologize. My skills at this phone use thing. Okay, you can kind of see. This is my working altar. And I'll show you. So on the end of my working altar, this is my cleansing bowl for all my stones with salt and herbs in it. I happen to, whatever I'm working on at that time is on this working altar. So I just actually made some Ostara incense because I'm doing a ritual tonight for Ostara. I have behind that, move that over. You can see I choose every day. I look up the zodiac correspondences for like the moon and the sun, even though the sun stays the same for a month. But like, so today it is fairly new moon still. And the moon is in Taurus. So I have chosen those cards. These are the Barbieri, something like that, Zodiac Oracle cards. And I really, really enjoy these cards for my altar specifically. I'm trying to learn to associate the different zodiacs with how I feel. And so when I'm journaling, I can say, oh, well, when the moon is in Taurus, this kind of energy comes up for me. And I'm hoping that helps me to learn the zodiacs a little better. And so on this side is, God, I hope this video is watchable, guys. I apologize. Oh, I feel bad. This is, so the sun correspondence I keep on this side because it stays the same. So the sun right now is in Pisces. And sometimes I remember to post that onto Instagram and sometimes I do not. Right now I have, this is my sage and Palo Santo. Every morning I light one or the other and just cleanse a little bit so that I can kind of start out my day with new energies, to wipe away whatever I don't need and to start my day with new energies. This right now I have, this is a prosperity spell that I have working. And there's, you know, stuff for prosperity in my little cauldron. I have 9 coins. I have 9 different stones, pyrites, green stones. I have 9 holly leaves. There is, God, if I can remember, clove, 9 cloves. And 9 for me means the multiplication of prosperity. And so I light the white and black candles. To the black candle takes away whatever is not needed, that energy that is not going towards that purpose. Right now is prosperity, and the white pulls in all the energies that I want to pull in for prosperity. When I say a spell, it's funny, I think people have the wrong idea of spells, at least the way I do spells. When I do a spell, it's to me, it's a working to rev up the vibration of that energy that I want to work on that month or that day or that week. So I will have prosperity spells working, which that, again, to me, a spell is I try to put as much product, as much herbs, as much stones, as much intentions into a spell as I can to help increase that vibrational energy. So it's just like the law of attraction. If I want to attract prosperity, then I am thinking about how wonderful it is that I have attracted the prosperity that I'm looking for, that I'm getting ready to open up my witchy shop within the next year, I would think, I'm hoping. And I want to attract that energy. And so in order to rev up that vibe, that energy, I add in whatever I can to that energy. So sights, smells. So I will light an incense that smell is geared towards prosperity. Touch, feeling, energy levels, all that kind of stuff. To me, I have, you'll see these are all my my essential oils. So that, you know, goes to smell. And incense, I make my own incenses, and when I do that, I put the intention of whatever it is I'm trying to accomplish into that, and that's what I consider a spell. So I do consider myself to be a pagan. I do consider myself to be a witch. I feel like a spell is just like a prayer, but you're trying to intensify that. So if people ask, that's how I explain it. What else? Oh, I have notes because my brain doesn't always kick in. Okay, so I pull daily cards, and for me, the tarot is, I just found Jeff Burr's channel, and I'm loving his channel. I don't know where I was for the last month or 2 months, however long other people have known about him. I just watched his interview with Simon, which was spectacular. And I totally agree. I feel like the tarot is kind of a guide and to me, it's like a beacon of, oh, look, this thing is coming up, and there's some different ways that you could handle that. And so when I do readings for other people, that's what I try to say too. And I know I hate when people come up and are like, say, you're going to read my future? To me, that's not what I do. I just kind of take the energies that you have put into those cards, which have pulled those cards, specific cards out, and I look at the cards and tell you what the cards are telling you. And I guess that's it. Oh, so at night, I kind of wind everything down. I cleanse everything again to make sure that all of that is taken care of, and anything that I don't need anymore is gone. I try to do a bit of journal work. I organize any spells or workings that I need to do besides that. Oh, one thing I did forget. Okay, so I was saying I have several altars. This altar this is my seasonal altar. So this altar is kind of geared towards whatever season it is. So right now it's Ostara. So, you know, I have eggs and, you know, workings for the god, and Ostara. I have pulled out some specific tarot cards for that working. And then I have an ancestor altar that at least once a week, although I try to, sorry guys, this is my ancestor altar, and I light the candles, burn incense, and just say quick prayers to the ancestors that have passed on, who all have their little pictures up here. I try to do it every day. I bet you I remember, and I get to it maybe 3 times a week. And so I have that ancestor altar up all year round, it becomes a much bigger focus around Samhain. I have a Buddha altar that I use to meditate. I have a love altar up in the bedroom for the hubby and I. And that is just to increase the those kind of vibrational love energies. So that's all I can think of. I do would like to say too that, you know, there's a lot of seasonal workings for most witches. They work in congruence with whatever season it is. So Ostara is now. After Ostara, I'll start to look to Beltane. And so I start pulling out fairies and, you know, more towards summer workings. It's hard, I have to say, with the springtime because it doesn't feel like spring in New York. So, you know, you do little things to, I try to buy flowers and you do little things to try to remember that I try to start seeds. Actually, this weekend I'll be starting my seeds, which are indoors. And the chicks. We got chicks right before Ostara. We have chickens outside. Hold on. Can you see the chicks? Hey, chicks. Hopefully you can see them. We have chickens outside, so, but the new chicks can't be out in the cold, so until it gets a little bit warmer out, the new baby chicks are inside. So everything that I do, you know, kind of is geared towards Mother Earth and her seasons. And that means a lot to me because I chose a long time ago that that's what I believed in. And, you know, the earth, to me, the earth tells me that that is the way to do things. For me, again, I don't ever purport to say what everybody else needs to do. But for me, that's the way I connect to my spirituality. So I hope this was okay. I'm sure I'm forgetting a million things. There's a million different little rituals that, you know, we do every day that we don't really think about, that just, you know, increase our spirituality. But that is some of mine that I try to do on a daily or weekly or seasonally basis. And I hope you guys are having a great week. Blessings. Sorry it took me so long to do this one. It's been, actually, all right, I'll be honest. I was going to try to clean the entire room down here before. And finally I was like, that's not me. If you notice, I have a lot of stuff. And that's just me. So I finally gave up and said, this is me. That's what I'm showing. So here we are. So thanks so much for doing this tag, Brian. This was really an eye-opening experience to really think about what it is I do and why. I appreciate it. Blessings.